On April 15, 2026, Mayor Mamdani pulled off a cheap stunt, calling for a mansion tax for second homes worth more than $5 million. He stood in front of Ken Griffin's house on Central Park South and outed him for a $238 million purchase of an apartment, as if Mr. Griffin wasn't doing enough for the city. In order to conclude this purchase, they had to pay approximately $21 million by the seller or the buyer in transfer taxes to the city and state of New York, in mansion taxes, in excess luxury taxes, $21 million. And then can you imagine the property taxes paid annually on this property? This public stunt by Mayor Mamdani is so damaging to our city. And now Citadel, the entity run by Mr. Griffin, has announced that they are reconsidering their proposal, $6 billion proposal, to redevelop a property on Park Avenue. $6 billion, which had a projected 6,000 construction workers and 15,000 permanent jobs. Can you even contemplate the payroll taxes that these pay, the amount of materials that have to be purchased and taxes paid, all the lunches and coffees bought while building this, and also going to the office and working there? It is beyond comprehension. It is beyond naive. No, better to make speeches, better to pump your fists in the air, better to receive slaps by fellow socialists and statists who love to grow the size and width of the city. It doesn't matter that they're proposing to put off payments into the city's pension plans for employees that they promised that the city would contribute to their pension so they would be there when they retire. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that it's going to be harder for people to have jobs, that the tax burden is going to end up sitting on top of the middle class and the poor and working class. That doesn't matter. They feel so good with their speechifying. Socialists know how to seize wealth. They don't know how to make wealth. Capitalists know how to create jobs, how to create tax revenue operations. It is the ultimate failure of socialists and statists who want to grow the width and breadth of the state as they drive jobs out of the city. And then, lo and behold, one day they're going to announce an Office of Economic Opportunity, unquote. There'll be a ribbon cutting. And this office is to give tax breaks, to give tax credits, to give property tax rebates to entities or individuals to stay in the city or to come to the city. And then if a company should have enough bribes given to them by this Office of Economic Opportunity, these self-same socialists and statists will have another ribbon cutting, which of course will spread across social media saying, look how much jobs we've gotten here. We've brought this company in, or we've convinced them to stay by giving all this tax dollars back to them. Yes, that's what they deem a success. It is cynicism at the highest level. Power they have, power they seek, power they will maintain. It does not matter how much the poor and the working class and the middle class must suffer, as long as they stay in power. Because what's most important is what you say and what you feel and how you pretend that you are a friend of the underserved, the unseen, etc., while you drive them into the ground. You need only look to Cuba and Venezuela to the south to see the horrors of these economic justice warriors. It is so sad, so cynical. Mayor Mamdani will be fine. His parents are very well off. The rest of the middle class and poor, they will suffer. I think it's time for Mayor Mamdani to issue an apology to Mr. Griffin and to Citadel, and to say that they will work with them to ensure that they stay here. Thank you.